Alright, we're going to call this Robbery Stories Part 2. Now, one of them I don't know that much detail about, but I know the story because all the poker games I was at, they were talking about it. Now, it was in Naples, Florida, and it's a poker game. And what happened was, I guess two black guys with guns busted the door down, and there was a guy in the poker game who was, sitting down playing, and he was wearing a big trench coat, and as these guys come in, I guess 3-4 seconds after they got in there, he was ready to do what he thought he had to do. Here's the biggest mistake: don't do what he's about to do. Okay? So he pulls out his gun and tells them to freeze. Okay? That was the biggest mistake he's ever made in his entire life. Now, when he told them to freeze, instead of just firing like you're supposed to, if you're going to pull your gun and someone has a gun on you, you don't tell them to freeze. At least in my state, you damn sure don't. Now, when he told them to freeze, one of the guys shot him in the head twice and killed him. Alright? So that should be, an example of don't fucking say freeze. Do what you gotta do. If you do pull your gun, do what you have to do and pull the trigger and whatever. So he's dead just because he said freeze and made a mistake and didn't do what he had to do if he's gonna pull his gun. So just putting the information out there, just in case y'all do ever have to pull your gun. I don't advise you to say freeze or put your gun down or something like that, because they're probably not. If they got the balls to come in there and already do that, held you at gunpoint, they probably got the balls to kill you and don't give a fuck. Alright, now the next one, my grandma was at the Hard Rock Hotel in Tampa, Florida, and my grandpa passed away 8 years ago, and this happened 2 years ago. So 2 years ago, she was there and she was playing the slot machines, and she won about $2,500 in playing the slot machines. That's okay, pretty decent money. So as you walk out and you leave this place, there's a big parking lot out there, and they do have cameras out there, but they're not everywhere. So she probably got 40 yards out into the parking lot to go to her car, and my aunt was with her also, and this guy comes around the corner from a car and pulls a gun on them and robs them and takes all their money. I mean, of course, two women, they're gonna take it. Okay, go ahead. This was about 20 seconds long, so it wasn't terrible, at least, and no one got hurt. So just watch your surroundings. Don't be crazy. Just make sure you know what's around you and the people who are around you and what they're doing. So she got robbed and had to give her money up and whatever else she had on her. So be careful for that, especially when you just want some money around some people. Also, maybe even if you're at ATM or something, something like that, the bank, you just need to be careful. You don't want nobody to follow you home. And, it could be terrible if you got a family and kids and shit. So, the next one is, okay, I told you my story of when we got held at gunpoint at a poker game. That was in August 2007, the middle of August. Now, the beginning of August, this guy graduated. His name's Robert. He lived at a gated community with a guy they pay to allow you to come in there. He's like a guard at the gate. And it was 2 in the morning, and he let 3 black guys come in there at 2 in the morning. And I've tried to get in this place before because my aunt lives there. And, they give me a hard time to get in there. So why would he allow 3 black guys at 2 in the morning who have probably no business to be there to go in this place? I mean, it's beyond me. Since this happened, the security has gone up amazingly. So here's the story. My buddy that I graduated high school with, I don't know him too great, but I've talked to him and had classes with him and shit like that, We went to high school together. We graduated together also. Now, he was just, doing his everything at fucking home, and his three friends were there playing PlayStation. And one of them is a kid who comes from a very wealthy family, kind of like myself, and so he sets him up, which is so fucked up. He sets this guy up, his friend. He sets his fucking friend up. Now, the one of the three black guys, the guy who's getting set up knows him, and they come in there with pistols and ski masks on. All three of them got ski masks, and his friend has long dreads, and he had maybe like $1,000 that they come in there to rob, and like, I don't even know. It was like some weed or some shit or like that. I don't know, $800 worth of weed. That's what his mom was telling me. Now, his the black guy who come in there, that was his friend. He told Robert, "Give me the drugs and give me the money." He told him, "Fuck you," because he knows who this guy is. He knows that's his friend. He can tell by his voice. He can tell by the dreads and everything, whatever. So he tells him, "Fuck you," whatever his name was. We'll just say John. "Fuck you, John." And so he started to kind of like walk into the other room. I don't know if he was going to get a gun or whatnot. And he goes into the other room, and then the guy, walks towards him and jumps on him and grabs him and puts the gun to his chest. And then they're struggling, and he shoots my friend in the fucking chest. Shoots him in the chest. Alright? And then they take the shit, and then the black guys bail. And my three fucking other friends that are sitting there wait 30 minutes to call the ambulance. 30 fucking minutes. Totally retarded. There is no reason for that. I mean, the second that gunshot fucking went off, I'm either looking for a gun or calling the cops if there's no gun around and getting the fuck out of there. So they just let my friends sit there and bleed out. I mean, I'll never forgive these motherfuckers for that. There's no reason for that. I don't care, even if you are responsible like that one kid is. That's probably why they didn't call, because he was freaked out and didn't want to have nothing involved. But you're going to, first of all, you're going to set your friend up. Then you're going to let him die out and bleed for a robbery gone bad. There's no forgiving that. I'm sorry, there just isn't. So, now I had to bury my friend because of some fucking idiot. And somebody who, wanted to rob my friend and shoot him. I mean, it's just fucked up how the world's being crazy, man. So, of course, the security's gone up amazingly there, but that just shows you, watch who your friends are. You never know if you're going to get set up or anything can happen. Because me, myself, everybody who knows my family around here knows that we're pretty damn wealthy, especially for here. And I'm kind of like a walking target because they know my dad's a poker player and everything. He's got money. So I always watch my surroundings and watch who I get close to and, watch who my friends are. So maybe that'll make you think more in the future. And maybe that's why I am the way I am. It's because of all this shit I've had to deal with in my life. So maybe this will help you. I don't know. But like I said in the first story, if you're going to pull a gun on someone who already has a gun in your face, I would advise you to probably open fire, not tell him to put his gun down. You do what you got to do, but that's my opinion. So yeah, my friend's dead now. I had to bury him, and a week later, the whole story behind this is a week later, I had to go through that robbery, and that's what made me wonder, am I gonna fucking die? Because my friend just got killed by his fucking friend. This guy who robbed us is our enemy and has no mask and gunshot powder cloth over his arm and shit. So that's the whole reason why I didn't know what the fuck's gonna happen and why it really was scarier than a normal 30-second robbery, and they were there forever. So who knows what their intentions were, especially sitting in my position. But overall, I had to bury a friend and then next week go through what he went through without being shot. It's just fucked up. Alright guys, hopefully this will help you out. Peace.